All right, we're live.
Awesome.
All right, I'll start things off. Kick this bad boy. All right, number one. After considering the five individuals and their different occupations, in a barter system, which of the following pairs has a double coincidence of wants? And after an hour of studying that list, I came up with D. None of the above are correct.
That's what I have too.
That's what I've got to.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I
think
got.
that's probably what I spend most time on, and it's like I don't get it. I think it's this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll take two. The existence of money is, and I put B, makes trades easier.
Yep.
That's what
Yes.
I put.
Yep.
3 says, which of the following is a store of value? And I put A, cash and stocks.
Yep.
I was debated between that one and B, so I couldn't make up my mind.
I will take 4. Or let's see, is it 4 we're on?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So which list ranks assets from the most to least liquid? And I put B.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, number 5. When colonists in Virginia used tobacco as money, their money, I put A, was commodity money.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
All right, number 6. Which of the following was not included in M1? And I put C, savings deposit.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yes.
7. Savings deposits are included in, and I put B, M2, but not M1.
Yep.
Yes.
Number 8, economists call an institution designed to oversee the banking system and regulate the quantity of money in the economy a central bank.
Yep.
Yes.
That's what I got.
Okay. Number 9 is all Fed purchases and sales of, and I have B, government bonds are conducted at the New York Fed's training desk.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, number 10, on a bank's T account, which are part of the bank's assets? And I put C, reserves but not deposits made by its customers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 11. A bank has 8,000 in deposits and 6,000 in loans. It has loaned out all it can, given the reserve requirements. It follows that reserve requirement is, and I put C, 25%.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
12. If the reserve ratio is 5%, then 500 of additional reserves can create up to. This one I tried to do, but wasn't sure, and I think it's A, but I'm not positive.
So I got B.
I put B as well.
Yeah, I have B.
Yep. B.
Okay.
So you put the $500 over the 5%. Number 13, if the reserve ratio is 8%, then a decrease in reserves of 6,000 can cause the money supply to fall by as much as, I put B, 75,000.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, now before we move on, does everybody understand how we got 12 and 13? Just to make sure that finding the multiplier and stuff, everybody knows how?
Not really.
So on the multiplier, the equation is 1 divided by R, which would be the ratio percent. So if you do 1 divided by, let's go back to number 12. If you do 1 divided by 0.05, then you get 20. And then you take that 20 and you times it by the 500, and that gets you your 10,000. Okay. So then the next one, you follow the similar pattern. You have 8% now. So it's 1 divided by 0.08 equals 12.5. And you times that by 6,000. And that gives you the 75,000.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
A little bit.
So on these ones, I mean, these are on the simpler side as far as there's not much to it because they're only asking you basically two things. One is to find the multiplier, and then one is just that extra money. So as long as you can remember that multiplier formula of 1 divided by the percent, then you'll be able to solve the problems.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind and then, write that on your card. That's a good one to have.
Okay. I'll have to look at that. I'm getting the book. Okay.
Okay. So number 14 in Ogleland. That's fun. The money supply is 8 million and reserves are 1 million. Assuming that people hold only deposits and no currency, and that banks hold no excess reserves, then the reserve requirement is, and I have B, 12.5%.
Yep.
Yep, that's what I got.
That's
Mhm.
yep. Not sure how I got it, but that's what I ended up with.
So if you just do the 1 million basically divided by the 8, you get 12.5.
Okay. May have been it, but
All right, Jordan, I think you're up.
All right. The federal funds rate is the interest rate that I put A, banks charge one another for loans.
Yep. Okay, 16. Which of the following can banks use to borrow from the Federal Reserve? And I put A, the discount window, or the term auction facility.
Yes.
okay. 17. When the Fed conducts open market purchases, I put A, I think. It buys Treasury security. No, wait.
Yep, keep going.
It buys Treasury security, which increases the money supply.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's like, wait, something threw me off and I'm not sure what. There you go. Okay.
Number 18. We're talking about the monetary policy of Tassie. It says, suppose the Bank of Tassie loan the banks of Tassie 10 million Tassies. Suppose also that both the reserve requirement and the percentage of deposits held as excess reserves stay the same. By how much would the money supply change? And I put B, 200 million Tassies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So can you guys walk me through that one? Because I'm missing one part of it. Because on mine, I mean, I did the 4% of the ratio, which gave me the multiplier of 25. But then if you just take that off of the 10 million, you get 250 million. So I'm missing one step on the ratio. Who can help me out?
Let's see. I did 300.
Because I know it's probably somewhere on the asset side of keeping that ratio. Those have got a lower, obviously, but I just can't figure out where they to get 50 million unless my initial equation's wrong.
So the way I did it is I had the 300 million. I added the 300 million and the 75 million together, divided that by the 7,500, and I came up with the percentage of 1/0.05, which equals 20, and then I just times that by 10 million.
20. Okay, so you did 375 divided by
By
7,500,
7,500,
and that
and
got
that gave
you 0.20.
And then I times that by 10.
Okay, that's where I went wrong.
Yeah.
So I did the 300. So I missed the 75. Okay. So I didn't include the extra reserve.
Yeah, it looks
Excess
like
reserve.
it looks like you had the required, but not the excess.
Yeah. Okay, that's where I went wrong. So my percent was just a little high. Okay, and then 20 times 10. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So number 19, during a bank run, depositors decided to hold more currency relative to deposits, and banks decided to hold more excess reserves relative to deposits. And I got B. Both the decision to hold relatively more currency and the decision to hold relatively more excess reserves would make the money supply decrease.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yep.
Yep.
I
All right, the
forget.
last one, number 20. The Fed's control of the money supply is not precise because I put D. The amount of money in the economy depends in part on the behavior of depositors and bankers.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I got.
Cool.
Awesome, awesome.